Alright, this is a very spur-of-the-moment live stream. I don't know if anybody's gonna show up at any point soon. I just put up a community post about it. I just came home from the Lego store where I picked up this wonderful set right here. This is the Lego Wolverine Mech Armor. A set that I've wanted since it was announced. It was supposed to come out back in January, but there was a stability issue with it, the Iron Man and Black Panther mechs, which caused them to all be pushed back until April 1st. So now it's finally here. Yeah, I called up the Lego store and they had it. They had it in the Black Panther one, so I stopped by and I picked it up. I considered getting the Black Panther one, but I decided not to. Uh, yeah, this is my first Marvel mech set I've gotten. I really don't have any interest in them. I just got this one for the Wolverine figure. This is the first Lego X-Men set in a very long time, and I am willing to support any Lego X-Men set just so that we could get more Lego X-Men, and I just wanted a Lego Wolverine, man, okay? It's so nice because we didn't get Lego X-Men for the longest time because they weren't in the MCU, and now that Disney owns the movie rights to X-Men again, we're getting more X-Men merchandise, and they're pushing them a lot more in the comics and in other media. Wolverine's getting a video game, I think, next year, which is going to be awesome. So, um, yeah, $10 set, Wolverine, pretty cool. I'd say get the Black Panther set. The Black Panther figure is new, I'm pretty sure. At least it has an unmatched head and hairpiece, which are new. That hairpiece only comes in the Lego Marvel minifigure series, which I do have, but, I'd suggest that over the Thor set, personally, but, yeah, personal preference. Especially if you don't have a Thor, then I'd say get the Thor one, but... Chris with Yellow Flag. Yeah, I still have Chris with Yellow Flag going out for Christmas. Still have not reviewed her. Soon. I have 2 reviews left to do currently. Those are the Mini Racers Miss Fritter 3-pack and Chris with the Yellow Flag, both of which I could not care less about. I really don't care to review either of them, but I will. It's just, I have very, very, very little motivation to review either of those, Thank you. The rematch was also a spur of the moment choice that I decided doing. Oh, okay, yeah. Then I say get the Thor one. Um, Probably. I've got a Lego Thor from the Guardians escape pod, ready to go to Denny's. Great. Um. I, But the rematch episode was just completely spur of the moment. I did not plan on doing it originally, since usually I just do the April Fool's Day episodes as the first one of a season, so it's kind of awkward to put it in the middle of a season, but I felt I had to. But now I have to reorganize the end of my season because I added that episode in, so I have to remove an episode. This season I have very meticulously planned, but the next episode should finally be out tonight, Storm Warning, which has been on some of my weekly schedules, featuring Jackson after his race. That was down in episode 2 weeks ago because I had company over and then I got sick. Ooh. We'll wait a few more minutes. Welcome, Marcus Lafrano. We'll wait a few more minutes. Then we'll get started with the set. Pretty small set. It's on the smaller side. It's only a $10 set, so it's not going to take that long. I'm probably going to end the stream right after I'm done building it. I don't know if I'll stick around with it for a while, but we'll just have to see. Yeah, I can tell. Drifting. Where's Robin? Robin Tails Fighter? I'm not sure. I don't know. He's not always on my streams because he's I believe 6 hours ahead of me in terms of time zone because he lives in the Netherlands. It is about 2 o'clock where I am, so for him it's much later. But we'll see. Maybe he'll show up. I haven't really been in contact with him yet today. I don't think. I might have spoken to him earlier. I'm just realizing that this mech has a belt. He's got a red belt. It really just looks like an extension of Wolverine. But Wolverine, the guy has an insane healing factor. He has metal in his bones. The guy can't die. So why does he have a mech suit? Apparently this is a tie-in with some toy line they're doing where the Marvel characters are fighting villains who've been turned into monsters. There's a monster Loki who's like a bug who's pretty cool. Thanos. Doctor Doom is the main villain of it, which is awesome to see more representation for Fantastic Four stuff. and of course Wolverine's a part of it. Again, it's Marvel using more of their assets than they would have a few years ago. Yeah, the Mater with Balloon re-release I'll definitely get. If there is a car coming out that I don't already own, you could assure that I will at least try to get them. There's not really a point in asking, I feel, because if it's something I don't have, I will try to pick it up. With very few exceptions. The exceptions being like the haulers. Or like, I didn't really care much for the endurance racers. I do want to pick up Gel Buford. Yeah, exactly. Deadpool wouldn't need a mech either. I do want to pick up Gel Buford this year for the use in Cars Avengers. I think Lego is not going to use... I don't expect to see a Lego set with Deadpool in it anytime soon. Since they've... Lego was supposed to make a Deadpool set back in 2016 that was going to be comic-based, as sort of an indirect tie into the movie. After they realized the movie was going to have an R rating, they canned the set, and we haven't seen... Well, they did Lego Deadpool as Comic-Con exclusives, but I don't expect to see, like, a Deadpool mech. I would be glad if they did. I would be. And it's not impossible, but considering the Punisher and Daredevil figures were only in the 18 and up Daily Bugle, and Blade, because they were all seen as too mature to be in a normal set, I don't expect Deadpool to be in any set soon unless they do like an 18 and up Xavier School or other X-Men themed set, which I would love an Xavier School set. Please do that. Anyway, it's been about 5 minutes. So, I'm going to get started. Welcome to another live stream, everyone. Today we are building the Wolverine Mech Armor Lego set, number 76202, 141 pieces, building toy in like 3 other languages. Interesting that it just says Wolverine on the box instead of X-Men. A little disappointing because this is our first X-Men set in a very long time, but it's okay, their logo's down there. Very excited for the Wolverine figure, that's why I picked up this set. I don't have any of the older X-Men sets, so... Yeah, unfortunately, he doesn't have an alternate hairpiece. Even the Black Panther set gave Black Panther an alternate hairpiece. Unfortunately, Wolverine does not have one. Is Vision hard to find? Vision was in like 2... I think Vision was in about 3 sets. I have White Vision from the CMF series. Okay. Oh, look at how tiny the... Oh, look at how tiny the instructions are. And it has the progress bar. Look at Wolverine. He's taking a nice little stroll to the end of the instructions. Why is Lego doing that? It's really dumb. But look at how tiny the instructions are. I love that. It's adorable. Oh. I don't care for the progress bar. Look at how excited you're supposed to be. This is the first Wolverine figure in like 8 years. Wow! Dude, I just wish he had his hair. It's a shame, because Wolverine's hairpiece is hilarious. It's like the old Widow's Peak hair. And unfortunately, I don't have that hairpiece. I can see them, every year they're going to uncancel some cars, you know, it's not a guarantee, but it always happens. I could see it happening, but we got so many uncanceled cars last year, I don't know, honestly, who's left that's relevant. Thomasville Cruz needs to be uncanceled, though. The fact that we still don't have Cruz as Jackson, I think Thomasville Cruz is a terrible name. I think it should have been called Cruz as Jackson Storm, or like Costume Girl Cruz, but... No, I think Vision was in one of the Infinity War sets. With Corvus Glaive and Shuri, I believe. Anyway, here's the only reason why I bought this set. It's the new Wolverine figure, who unfortunately... Look at his face. It's such a great face. But, wow, cowl looks awesome. Same cowl piece as 2014. But, can you see? Oh, you can see his eyes, unlike the Batman figure. That's great. That's really cool. That's good. Of course, he has stupid-looking goggles underneath, so you have white in the eyes. Really unfortunate he doesn't have a hairpiece, but I thought, like, you wouldn't be able to see his eyes through the cowl, so I thought it would be kind of pointless to give him an unmasked face. But no, you can, so I guess it makes sense that he doesn't have hair. This is the first time they've done the Tiger Stripe Wolverine as a Lego figure, shockingly. Every other one has been a different outfit. They did the Astonishing X-Men suit and the brown and yellow set. I wish he had his shoulder pads, the blue shoulder pads, but whatever. You were watching the Eternals. What did you think? What do you think of the Eternals, Robin? I thought it was okay. People really didn't like it. I feel like if it weren't a Marvel movie, people would have liked it a bit more. I think the MCU has such high expectations now that when you get something that's a bit more mediocre, people are going to be upset. I thought it was okay. But there he is. You could discard of literally everything. I don't care about the rest of the set. I just care about Wolverine. What I cut from Ty's Cars 4 is still coming. I never forgot about it, but I will probably be doing it as the anniversary. Oh, good. You did like it. I don't think I ever talked to you about Eternals. That's good. I've seen it twice now. Because my mom was sick when my dad and I went to see it, so we didn't see it with her, so I showed it to her a few weeks ago. Yeah, it was a Technic set, though, right, Drift King? Pretty sure it was a Technic set. I remember hearing a rumor, though, that there's a Speed Champion set coming out soon that is Dom's car. So maybe that'll come with the figure. But then again, like, I also wouldn't be surprised if one of these days they did a creator vehicle for a car from Fast and Furious. But then again, when they did the James Bond one, it didn't come with figures. But now when they did the DeLorean, it did. That new DeLorean looks great. I have the original Lego Ideas DeLorean, not together anymore. I have all the Back to the Future sets because I have the Dimensions packs too. I'd love to, Ant-Man's been in a couple sets, so I'm not sure. I would love to get that new DeLorean. It is awesome. I hate to say it, but I am not like a real car person at all. I kind of suck when it comes to real world cars. This is my first of the Marvel Mech sets. They've been around for a little while now. This is going to be the part where he can stand, as you can see. These pieces need to be used more. I think they're using a lot of friend sets. We are currently building the body, of course. And look at the progress bar is so pointless. I love that he has a belt. I love that he has a red belt on the mech. The mech really just looks like... Yeah, no, exactly. Dom is like the easiest... Just use like the angry clone face. You know, But I like how the mech is in his exact, like, outfit colors, as the shoulder pads too. It's just, like, an extension of Wolverine. If the arms aren't sticking out there, which, why are the arms sticking out of the mech? That's a problem I got with all of them. It just looks like a taller Wolverine whose head's just a little bit smaller. It's probably my favorite of the Marvel mech designs for that reason. It just kind of looks like an extension of the character. Although when it comes to characters who need a mech, Wolverine is easily, like, the least... Like, why does a man who is, like, who basically can't die, who has metal in his bones, who can be, like, shot in the head and not feel a thing, why does he need a mech? Yeah, this just came out yesterday. Actually called up the Lego store to see if they had it. And again, apparently, this time around, the mech sets are a tie-in to some Marvel comic series that they're doing with, like, a younger demographic in mind. There's also a toy line called, like, Marvel Mech Strike Monster Hunters, where they're fighting, like, Monster Doctor Doom. So it's cool to see Doctor Doom is awesome. You know, we need a good cinematic adaptation of Doctor Doom. We really do. One that doesn't look like a Crash Test Dummy like it did in Fan 4 Stick. When it comes to me buying Thailand variants, I really can't gauge it until I see it in person, honestly. Artist Ramon, I don't really see a need. Number one, we haven't seen his Thailand variant yet, but I don't really see a need for me to buy another Artist Ramon. I wonder if anybody has the... Yeah, I considered actually doing a director's commentary on Cars 4. I think I might do it for the anniversary. I was going to do one with Robin, and we recorded like 30 minutes of it, and we were like 5 minutes through the movie. We talked through it too much. If anybody has any of the other Marvel mechs, let me know if this is like how all of them are built, because they're all very similar. Am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? Wait. There we go. So as you can see, that's sort of where he fits in. Yeah, I think it was 30 minutes to get through about 15, or it was like an hour. We spent way too long talking about completely trivial things. again, like, my you're asking so many questions. Rusty's 95 coming in with Taylor Swift references. Thank you. Um, Children do like big motorcycles and little mechs. You're right. Oversized motorcycles and inconveniently small mechs. His head isn't even covered. If you were to decapitate Wolverine, he's not going to be able to heal from that, alright? And his head's completely... His head is the most exposed part of him in the mech. Deadpool can regrow limbs. I don't know if Wolverine can. Because Deadpool will usually, like, cut his own arm off as, like, a joke. I think he does. Doesn't he do that in one of the Deadpool movies? I don't think he does it. I was actually just talking about what I cut from Cars 4. I'll probably do it for, like, the anniversary of Ty's Cars 4 at this point. Which, by the way, Monday, the 28th of March, was the 1-year anniversary of the announcement of Ty's Cars 4. Which is pretty cool. Should rank the Taylor Swift albums I have it be Piston Cup Racer. I am very proud of that April Fool's joke, okay? I'm very proud of it. I have no intentions, I'm sorry, of actually seriously ranking the Piston Cup cars. For whatever reason, the Piston Cup cars are a very hot topic online with Cars fans. I don't have a need to rank them. I don't really have opinions on them, honestly. It could be cool to do. But I have some other tier lists that I want to do first. Cuts off his hand. Yeah. I actually have not seen either of the Deadpools in their entirety, but I have seen parts of them. I gotta watch them. I've seen Logan, though. Logan is incredible. Incredibly violent, but very, very good. Wolverine's mech belt is complete. Honestly, it doesn't look half bad. I don't know. Am I gonna, like, put this on display? What am I gonna do with this set? What am I going to do with this when I'm done? This is the mech body piece that they made for these. I think I might have used it in Ninjago a bit now, too. And the best part of the set, where is it? It's a printed piece with the X-Men logo on it. Enough to make a grown man cry. Or it could be a plus sign. Best and worst joke from the Cars franchise. That's a very good question. There are some funny moments in Cars. I've always liked, if you keep talking to yourself, people are going to think you're crazy. That's one that my family and I quote. We used to say that all the time. And Freebird also. Okay, we're doing 2 of the arms. But worst joke, there are a lot of bad ones. But here's the thing with me. Oh, were they? That makes sense if those were made for Next Nights. That makes complete sense. Should I watch the 6th episode of your first series? I don't know. Should I? I know you said you made one about your custom for me. I meant to actually watch it, but I remembered when I was in gym class and my school's Wi-Fi is terrible, so I gotta remember to check that out. Supposedly I get spooked, according to the title. Wow, look! I'm putting the knees on! That's not even the knees. What is that? What's your upper? Is that like the thigh? Wow, look! I'm attaching the thighs! Intense thigh attachment. Lego wants me to be very excited about putting Wolverine's thighs onto his body. Is this like the right... Which way is it supposed to face? Or is it not supposed to face a certain way? Help me, Lego. Okay, the back of the box has the rounder parts facing inward. Okay. There you go. Lego, make these joint pieces in colors other than gray. It works fine here, but there are so many sets where it looks terrible. Because for whatever reason, they refuse to make the mixel joints in other colors. Alright? Thank you for not listening to me, Lego. Thoughts on Cars 2? Look, I don't have a problem with Cars 2. I completely understand the issues with it. But I mainly enjoy it. I think it's fine. As a movie, I don't know. I don't know what my thoughts on it as a movie are. As a movie, it's not the best. As a movie, I think it's the weakest of the Cars series, but I think it succeeds in what it's trying to do. I think. I think if you go in knowing what you're in for, then then I think you'll enjoy it. Or if it's not a movie that's laughably bad. I think every Pixar movie is competently made, but the premise is absolutely insane. But if you expect that and you know what you're going into, I think you're gonna have a good time. I think people's thoughts have really mellowed on Cars 2 over the years. Wow! More of the leg! That is a very big part of the leg. Which way does this go? Lego, am I doing this right? Ooh. That is not how legs move. There we go. Wow, that is a... Okay. We're... Alright. A lot of times people keep asking the same questions during the stream. A lot of times what happens is people will join the stream after I asked... After I asked... Or sorry. A lot of times there will be like a hot topic... not the stores. There will be like a hot topic people want me to talk about on a stream, and people will and one person will ask it, and I will answer it, and then somebody else will come on the stream a little later who wasn't there earlier, and they will also ask it. So that tends to be what happens, but a lot of times people will ask questions again and again if I don't answer them the first time around. Not a bad looking set. Red Eyes, my favorite song. Aside from The Party Starts Now from Club Penguin, of course. Legs! Oh no, it's the things from the final episode of the Book of Boba Fett. I really don't have a favorite Piston Cup racer, honestly. Or sponsor, sorry. I really don't have one, honestly. I don't know. I can't say there's a Piston Cup car where I like all three designs enough to say it's my favorite sponsor. Anything I particularly dislike about the cars? You're putting me in the hot seat here. Man, I gotta watch what I say. No, I think I have a very different stance on the Cars franchise compared to a lot of other people in this community. I think as a community, we're mainly very, like, chill, which is nice, because we're a very small community, which is nice. But I don't really know what to say. There are aspects of it that I wish people could act a bit differently regarding. But I think at least through my experience, almost everybody that I've met has been very nice and respectful of others' opinions, because there's really not... I'm about to throw the Star Wars fan base under the bus. We all know that the online Star Wars fan base is absolutely terrible and will, like, burn you alive if you say, like, one thing that other people don't agree with. Here, we're a small community. We respect each other's opinions. We like the Cars movies. A lot of people don't. And for me, that doesn't matter. You know, for me, it's always been about caring about what I care about. And if I like someone, who cares what the rest of the internet says? If I like something, you know? And I think us here in the Cars fandom, for the most part, tend to respect that. And I think a lot of that comes out of the fact that we're a pretty small community. We're all, like, mainly around the same age, you know? The first episode of Moon Knight was exceptional. Oscar Isaac's performance was just a highlight of the entire MCU. I'm going to say it, okay? Alright, it was incredibly good. Incredibly good. I can't wait to see where it goes next. I would have been hooked on it even if it weren't like a superhero show, just from that first episode. If like when he became Moon Knight at the end, I was honestly a little bummed because I just thought I thought it was so solid. And I was like, yeah, wait, hold on, I'm watching a Marvel show. Um, right, he's a superhero who's gonna be beating up Egyptian gods or something. But it was very, very good. Very good. I like how it was a bit more mature as well. A bit more mature, says the guy who just finished watching The Punisher, which features a Cars 3 reference in it for some reason. Very, very cleverly designed set, I'll say that. Coming from someone who doesn't own any of the other sets of this sort. You have the Nexonite shield pieces here. I'm sorry that there is still no sequel to Sarge films. I'm deeply sorry. Favorite Mario spin-offs? You guys are having really good questions this stream. I don't know. The Mario and Luigi games are great. But I think you kind of got to go with Mario Kart, right? Yeah, I did see the new Space Jam when it came out. I was very disappointed by it, to be real with you. I don't know what I was expecting, because the first Space Jam isn't really the best. It was all right. I don't think it treated the Looney Tunes characters very well. How far is Errors and Inconsistencies episode? I'm hoping to get it out within the next few days. I have finally filmed the parody song, so I'm getting there. Unpopular Cars opinions. I don't have. I don't know what popular Cars opinions are, quite frankly. But here, I'll give you some of my unpopular opinions. I feel like a lot of people care a bit too passionately about the Piston Cup racers. I don't really care for the Piston Cup background cars as much as most other people. Cars 2 has my favorite character designs in the entire series. I don't have very high expectations for On the Road. Uh, those are some of my unpopular opinions. What I'm looking forward to most for Cars on the Road is just what new character designs we get and what we get to see in merchandise. I don't expect much from it, but I think it'll be fun. Can we just get a trailer for it, Disney? Can you just give me a trailer? At least. I think a lot of us are mainly excited for On the Road, at least personally, just because it's new Cars content, you know? And it's good to get more Cars content. And it's just a fun thing to look forward to. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about this arm arrangement. Very interesting how he's going to work. Yeah, I thought, like, the second Space Jam just, like, I know that Pepe was cut for ridiculous reasons, considering the guy from Clockwork Orange is in there, but it just acted like the rest of the Looney Tunes characters just never existed. It treated them like mascots instead of like characters, is how I felt. And I just think it treated almost all of them very poorly and just, like, did not care much. Definitely a cash grab sequel. Definitely. Everyone makes the jokes about how corporate it feels, and yeah, it does. We understand what you own, Warner Brothers. I don't need a whole movie of it. You already did that with the Lego movie, and that was far better. Space Jam is the Looney Tunes movie where they play basketball. Which is a movie for some reason. Nothing against it. Yeah, Flow, juice, is that 3,000? What? Flows is like the worst PS set, aside from Lizzie's, which didn't open, don't at me. I have not played, hold on a second. Flows has the wrong amount of spaces in it, and that's annoying. I'm glad I have the Precision Series buildings I do because they are so expensive now. Yeah, there was a Golf Jam. There was also a movie called Race Jam with Jeff Gordon, and that was canceled. I have not played New Mario U or Tropical Freeze, but I will say Tropical Freeze because I've heard nothing but constant praise for Tropical Freeze. We're about to build Wolverine's thumbs. Ooh. Alright, we are almost done here. Now we just have to attach the very large sword pieces. Wow, quite a bit goes into his hands. Yeah, I've heard nothing but praise for Tropical Freeze over the years. Okay, these are his fingers. As we all know, Wolverine only has 4 fingers. Lego, come on. All the mechs only have 4 fingers. Oh wait, this is his thumb. There was no courthouse. Ah, thanks for that Chuggington lore. Hands. Hands. Then we just plug these in, right? I just like... Yeah, so you just do the hands. Okay. Wow, a hand! Yo! Hand! Yeah, it's a shame. It's okay, though, because if there was a courthouse, then I would no longer have space in Cars Adventures, quite frankly. Why do they have me put the hands on before the knives? The claws. Yeah, I considered making a courthouse just out of, like, paper or cardboard and putting it just against, as, like, a backdrop against, like... You know how there's... My chair is right where, like, Radiator Springs ends? That's the chair that I sit in when I film my reviews. Yeah, I don't know why this is such a big hand. I kind of wasn't expecting it to be this large, but that's okay. It's kind of annoying that nothing stops the claw from going further in on this hand. But... This is so, like, extra. It's huge. It's so pointless. Block of dirt. Isn't that like, are you talking about like the thing that they put, like, you put between them? Got a summer job just to buy. That's a financial decision you need to make. If case D is the case with Andy Vaporlock, then it already hit America because I have it and I am in America. As for Canada, I'm not sure, but I'd assume around the same. Okay, well now Wolverine can go in his mech. And he can fight, I don't know, they should have made one for, like, Magneto. Imagine a mech for Apocalypse. Let's get that guy a mech. So what I hate about these mechs is that the hands stick out, and that's very funny, but for Wolverine it looks kind of cool. Because you could have the claws sticking out until you turn him around. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, look at this thing. It's honestly kind of cool. Hold on. I gotta do something very important. There, he can dab. Can he deep dab? No, I don't think he can. But he can dab. That's great. Did you know that Jackman, the most handsome Chuggington character, is voiced the ruin of the roots, and since he's where he had an Irish accent, the reboot is an American accent. Did you know that Hugh Jackman plays Wolverine? Yeah, I would love to get the Racing Museum. That's a shame. But it was Doc's Garage that was planned but canceled. No, Drift King, that's not a Jax Films reference. That's a Fortnite reference. I did watch Turning Red. I don't know why people hated it so much. I thought it was pretty good. I'm gonna write a fanfiction where Wolverine dabs and that's it. That would be a beautiful piece of literature. This is so stupid. It would look so much better without the claws, honestly. Alright, Wolverine, go! Go into battle, go! Look at how fat it looks from the side. Who's he? He needs to fight someone. Who's he gonna? I don't have anybody else here for him to fight. I have a paper party hat. Wolverine's greatest enemy, the paper party hat. Yeah, I got nothing. They should have done an X-Men villain Mech. That'd be nice. There are very few fight Mecha Sally. Mecha Sally would step on this guy, man. I don't know where Mecha Sally is currently. These are not bad sets, honestly. Wolverine's head should not be exposed. Wolverine does not need a mech suit because the man, like, is bulletproof. But what are you gonna do, huh? Good range of mobility, pretty decent articulation. Claws are probably the worst part. I wonder what the stability issue was that got this thing pushed back for release. It's supposed to come out January 1st. I don't watch the Cars Shifter, but I am aware of him, and like I've looked through his content, and it is definitely one of the best Cars channels as of late for a recently started Cars channel. Definitely one of the best ones currently around. Should fight the Dark Troopers. No, they're downstairs. Fight the mirror. Yeah. The mirror won. Was it the hips? Alright, some people reviewed the copies. Like, so like here? Is there a difference in how it was built? Is there a difference in how it was built? It was definitely an interesting process putting together the hips, I'll give you that. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, gonna Comic Con dress as Becca Sally. Great. I really don't watch really any other Cars channels, aside from a very select few. I think I've said this before, but making Cars content has made me not very interested in watching Cars content. Okay, I gotta look into that. Does the box art have the... Maybe the box art has the original design? Oh, it does! The box art has a different design for the hips, see? It uses these pieces that you pin into the feet, going into the 1x1 pieces with a little hole on the side. Plugging in there. For here, it's much more stable and is used with like actual plates and such. That is interesting. So it, yeah. So it was the hips. I don't know where your obsession with Chuggington came from, quite frankly. One day you just started talking about it. And it's been there ever since. I think Chuggington was past my time. Just in general. Not a bad set. The claws should be a bit more stable. They look kind of dumb, and that's really funny. But like, can he do like the Wolverine thing where he like has his hands crossed over? He cannot. But you know what? That's okay, because this isn't Wolverine. This is Wolverine mech armor, which Wolverine would not need. But isn't that just like the unending problem with LEGO superhero sets and superhero toys in general? They don't need these things when their powers can take account for them. There's a reason why we do nothing but joke about the spider buggy. Look at those thumbs. Look at the big... Why does the mech have hands? If the mech didn't have fingers and just had the claws, like, that would be perfectly suitable. Was the decision of canceling the Precision Series fair? I understand it. I don't think I'm the right one to ask that, because we don't publicly know financially, you know? We don't publicly know how poorly it did financially. I could never find them here in the US. I could never find any Precision Series cars, ever. Never. So. Was I ever able to play Fast as Lightning? I did when it came out, and I did for years, but I've been locked out of my account for years. Iceberg sequel, I plan to have the Iceberg sequel out for June 9th, the anniversary of the first Cars. That's the plan currently. I also plan to have a new collection video out around then, and if I hit 5,000 subscribers around then I gotta do something for that. There's something I really want to do is a comprehensive video covering like every car ever made. That would just be like a long documentary, and I think that's what I'm gonna do for my 5,000 special. That's just like a passion project of mine. I love like long form content, like longer videos that you could just kind of put on in the background while you do something else, and just like learn about a topic, you know. That's why I enjoy Iceberg Video so much. I'd like to do just like an in-depth breakdown of like every car ever made by year. That's my plan for 5,000 probably. And then I want to do a collection video at some point soon, and then the Iceberg. As well as probably a commentary for Ty's Cars 4. Basically, in late May and early June, I'm going to have a lot of like multi-hour videos back to back to back. That was kind of my plan. Just a lot of heavy hitters really close together, so I'm sorry in advance for the amount of content there. But I've said this before regarding a face reveal. I don't have a problem with doing one, but I don't feel like the need. When a channel does a face reveal, it usually means more than just that. Oftentimes when somebody does a face reveal, it means that they're like changing something up with their content. They're going to do a new style of video maybe where showing themselves is a bit more focused. I'm not the point of my channel. What I'm reviewing or discussing is. So I don't have a problem with doing a face reveal, but I feel there's no point. For me personally, nothing after it would be any different with my content. If I showed my face in a video, it would be a very long time until you saw my face again. So I don't really think there's a point for me personally. I don't have an issue with doing it, but like, if I were to, I'm just so comfortable with how I do my content now. I don't really have a need to show myself. I've done fine without it for 5 years. I don't have an issue with showing my face, but like, I don't think there's a point. Well, once you've seen someone's content for 5 years, you're bound to wonder what they look like. I might have Take Along Murdoch. I'm not sure how much he goes for, but I'm pretty sure I have him in a bin somewhere. What do you think you should do to get more subs? One of my main things, and something I see a lot of Cars channels that are smaller channels struggle with. I can't say this for everybody, but you need, I'd say, to just try to be consistent with your uploads. Whether you're going to do one a week or once every few days, just try to stay consistent with your uploads. And I think once you do that, I think that'll help. And, you know, I'm always willing to help a smaller channel, so maybe we could do, like, some sort of collaboration of some kind, you know? Yeah, Robin, your second channel's been doing very well. But in your case, I think you're really, on that second channel, you're covering something that not many others are really doing on YouTube. So you've sort of found like a niche community, if that makes sense. Well, Drift King, I don't think we've ever seen the bottom half of your face. I think the only picture of your face that anyone's seen is you with a mask on. Of views per day. Yeah, that's happened to me before, where like a joke video does surprisingly well. You never know what's going to take off with YouTube videos. By the way, my iceberg video is now my most viewed video ever, and I could not be more proud. It beat out my previous most viewed video, which has had that title for like 4 years, which is this absolutely terrible compilation of a piston cup car and then what they looked like as a toy. And I like forgot haul-in gas, and I despise that video, and I'm so glad that its crown has been taken by the iceberg video, which is one that I actually do care about and that I actually do think is good. I'm very proud of that. My channel's been doing very, very well because of that iceberg video, so thank you, everybody. It's crazy to see, like, me getting new viewers through the iceberg. I've loved reading through the comments on the iceberg video and just seeing what people have to say. I'm, like, triggering nostalgia in people. It's crazy. It's cool. If all Cars characters had a WWE Royal Rumble with no weapons, who would win? Mech. From sheer size. You don't like... Oh, bottom half of faces. It's weird and awkward for everyone. Unlike you, Ty, cool, and those obscure references. Is that an obscure reference? Because I don't know that one. I am sort of the obscure reference guy, though. I just know a lot about a lot of stuff. Because it's a gap in the market. Exactly, Robin. That's a good way to put it. Isn't that right, Wolverine Mech? Yeah, he's nodding in approval. Right, well, Riding Cars Adventures, I forgot about that. Mac is huge. You said every Cars character, so I'm gonna go Trev the Train wins. Well, not if there aren't any train tracks. Do you know how good of a video idea you just proposed? Every Cars character gets in a bar fight. Who comes out? Yeah, I think Jocko Flocko was a good release, but we need more Cars 3 Max. Yeah, Rashid, I get what you're saying. Birdie the Bus would win. He's my favorite Cars. I get what you're saying. Yeah. Everybody struggles with motivations. Yes, but we said no weapons. So Finn, I was going to say Finn McMissile, but he'd have to remove all of his spy weapons. That's one of the conditions of the fight. I don't know, but it's the only normal size Mac I have aside from the pit crew Mac cab. And also the one I made for Cars 4. I have not seen Hamilton, I'm sorry. I just don't really care. Without weapons. Yeah, no, exactly. Finn is good without weapons. But I think someone else would have to win on sheer size alone. I made sure that when I did like my self-insert car of myself, I didn't want to put myself in like a high position. That's why I made myself a crew chief because another channel did. But like, look, we have a spare Wolverine's claw. Maybe we put it on his thumb. This is gonna be the last live stream in a while, probably. I might do one at some point, but yeah, I actually did that once, but I probably will do it again at some point. I don't have any Lego sets I'm planning on getting, at least not that I know of in the immediate future. So, next live stream will probably be another, like, custom painting stream. Oh, he does? Like, the full thing? Well, mine is missing part of the second R on the back. But that makes sense that he's expensive. Hey! Oh! Hey! Oh! Hey! Oh! Hey! 2022 Thomas Wooden Railway looks great, and I honestly like the painted on faces. I like the expressiveness of the characters, and I'm glad that they're seemingly doing something right for once. The tracks having little ones painted onto them is a stupid idea, but I get it, because like every Wooden Railway system uses the same exact track, so they want to distinguish theirs. Yeah, a shame the Vulture wasn't in No Way Home, but he seems to have snuck his way into another movie that nobody liked. Funny story there. Let's not talk about that. If you know, you know. Reaction to fan video. I would like to do that. I would. Thank you for the idea. I've done that before when I did Cars Adventures, the Cars Adventures contest, but those streams I deleted just because. I would much rather not watch Chuggington, thank you. Thank you, Drift King. You understood. I don't think anybody thought it was going to be good to begin with, but there you have it. Stay going for a few more minutes, then we're going to end it. Woo. It isn't on Disney Plus? Is it? It's not? Yeah, definitely review them if you get them. I'd love to see that. I don't think I've seen anybody review them yet. Maybe it's there in another part of the world. You know how streaming services are. Not everything is available in all territories. Yeah, Chuggington was on Disney Junior. Is on Disney Junior. If that is real, I did not know that, but that makes perfect sense because there were only 5 villains. We could all use more Jake Gyllenhaal in our lives. What do I think about TalkTick? Oh, my favorite media social. Veronica V8? I don't think that's a character. You mean Valerie V8? There are definitely more obscure Cars characters. The most obscure Cars character would have to be one that that doesn't have a diecast, you know. Let's do it. I'm on Solo. I almost included I'm on Solo in my Cars Adventures episode yesterday. I'm sorry I did not. But any excuse I get to bring up I'm Han Solo, I will use. That is like my favorite thing I joke about. I don't know what this pose is, but I'm just gonna leave him like this. When's the Cars? That's for Cars Randomness 15. I think I said I'd probably do something like that. 14 should come out soon, maybe. I think this month could be good for the next Cars Randomness. It took me a while. There was a really long time between 12 and 13, but I would gladly do a new Cars Randomness this month and then announce a Cars Randomness contest soon after for the 15th episode. All right, thank you, Jordan C Productions. Yes, I do. I do have a Nintendo Switch. I've used it on a stream before. I have the Switch Lite version because I've got a PS4 and I didn't need to get another home console. This guy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yes, all of that. I do not have Hummer Sven. I've wanted Hummer Sven for a very long time because I have a terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger impression that I like to do, and I would love to get him, but he's become very expensive in the past few years. Not very, but he's gone up in price. Well, no, Drift King, it's a Cars randomness contest, so you got to do like a Cars randomness segment. I feel like the type of humor in Cars randomness is very specific, though, so I don't know. See, it wouldn't really be a contest. It would be everybody making their own segment for Cars randomness that would all come together to make kind of like Errors and Inconsistencies 10, just with less singing. Or more singing. Maybe you do a musical segment. Who knows? Repainting a TJ would be really cool, honestly. I don't have a TJ to repaint. I wouldn't make it into Hummer Sven. I don't make customs for cars that already exist. Woo. Hey, the Xbox 360 has the red ring of death, and the Switch has Joy-Con drift, so... Well, it would have to be Cars related. Yeah, oh, and I dropped a piece. But yeah, he's a very different model from Sven. But a repainted TJ would be pretty cool, if I, like, got one in a lot. I should just buy, like, a loose car lot off of eBay and just repaint all of them. That'd be pretty cool. I think if I use Hummer Sven, he'd just be an Arnold Schwarzenegger parody, because that's what he already was. I don't think he'd really be a full character. I just think I'd use him occasionally. Josh Coolant, I introduced as like a military car who guarded a prison, right? Yeah. Yeah, I've put Hummer Sven in my birthday lists and Christmas lists for a while. Um, but I think I'm just gonna buy him honestly, just with my own money. Okay, so Oswald, the Lucky Rabbit Studios, I will do a. I can do a birthday request for you. However, I do not take uh, Cars Adventures episode requests anymore. An Earth Day video could be fun though. But I don't take Cars Adventures requests anymore, and I don't think no neither of your review requests. Number one, I could only review one car for a birthday request. Jim Reverick and Nick Shift, I both reviewed very recently. They're very recent releases, and I don't do like releases that are still out. But if you want to request someone else who wasn't like a 2021 or 2022 release, you can. As long as I haven't reviewed them recently. I actually have a birthday request. It's actually exactly a month. My birthday is May 2nd. I have a birthday request in about 10 days, I believe, for Ruka, which is a nice car. Yeah, I know. I think I was gonna respond to your comment about that the other day because I saw it when you left a comment on that about a cruising episode. Yeah. Yeah, no problem. I mean, if you want to request another car, you can. I mean, it's still like 20 days until your birthday, so you have time. But if you want to request someone else, definitely let me know. It's in the comments of a video, or you could do it now if you think of someone. I very recently, I think I reviewed Max Snell for a birthday request last year, but I'll have to see. Just ask me again when it's closer to your birthday, since it's September. That's like a pretty long time from now. For birthday requests, I usually just take them for like the next few weeks or like the current month. Because if I'm like taking everybody's request, you know. But definitely ask me again when it's closer to your birthday. The Carminator. I could make him the real Materator Terminator. Kevin Racing Tire. Is Kevin Racing Tire the Clutch Aid one? Right? No, Kevin Racing Tire is Shifty Drug. I could do that. I reviewed him back in no, didn't I think he came out in 2019? Didn't he? Wait. Kevin Racing Tire is Shifty Drug, right? Yeah. I could do that. Yeah. Kevin Racing Tire, who I used to constantly drop off of the side of my streams. The one who fell to extreme death. Thank you. Yeah, see, that's how I know him. Guys, I started doing streams again a year ago. It was a very good decision, I think. I think those really helped build my channel into what it is now, which is something that honestly I feel is a lot more personality driven than a lot of other Cars channels. Obviously, nothing against any other Cars channels and how they run themselves. But I feel like I at least try to make my channel a bit more driven around my own personality. You know, that's why I make a lot of references to things other than cars. My life doesn't just... Yeah, no problem, Oswald. My life isn't just cars. I enjoy other things. And also, that's just my style of humor. I reference things a lot. That's just kind of what I do, just generally. You know, but I try to put a lot of personality into what I do and make. Has everyone figured out why they call Todd Marcus the Shockster? I, I have no idea. Why is he? Does anybody know? That should be on the Cars Iceberg sequel. Who's the Shockster? Shockster! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth! It's like the Spider-Man villain, the Shocker. Who was the worst Spider-Man villain? Don't at me. Aside from Big Wheel. No, Big Wheel's a legend, man. Big Wheel? Love Big Wheel. He's just a guy in like a General Grievous wheel bike. Yeah, see, Magnet Face has like lore behind him. I think there's like a whole reason behind Winford Bradford Rutherford's nickname being the Professor. I think he's named after like a scientist or mathematician from real life. But Todd the Shockster Marcus, I don't know. Why is Ruby Easy Oaks called? Isn't that Ruby Easy Oaks? Like, why is that their nickname? I guess Easy Idol. Why is Michelle Motoretta's name in quotes? Is it not her real name? That will never stop bothering me. If I could ask the people who make the Cars diecasts one question, I would ask them that, okay? I would ask them, why is Michelle Motoretta's name in quotes? I would blow my chance at asking them anything actually interesting. I wouldn't ask them, like, oh, what are some cars you plan on making in the future? Or, like, you know, do you plan, is there a potential for you bringing back Precision Series? I wouldn't ask something that would give people answers they'd want. I would ask, why is Michelle Motoretta's name in quotes? Why? I don't get it. She's witness protection? Well, I mean, then we wouldn't. I mean, that's a good point. What did she do? Why does she need to be protected? What happened to Michelle Motoretta? Michelle Motoretta in Cars Adventures is a spy and part of the Protectors of Radiator Springs. I should do I could do a whole episode on that. That would be a great episode. Why Michelle's name is in quotes, because in Cars Adventures she's a spy. So I've always wanted to do more with Michelle Motoretta and Kevin Ryvan in Cars Adventures. They're just kind of there. A cat mech? You mean for like Black Cat or Catwoman, or just a cat? If they did one for Black Cat, I'd probably get it, just because she's only I like her and she's only in the Daily Bugle set. Oop. Good character whose only movie appearance is very bad in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, where she is not even Black Cat, and she's played by Felicity Jones for some reason. Okay, I will take a note of that. I'm gonna ask people for what they want to see on a sequel to The Iceberg on a community post pretty soon. So definitely leave your answers there. Well, there are times where they re-release rare cars. They definitely know, like Andy Vaporlock or Ben Dordan. I think they have an understanding of their rarer items. Anyway, though, I think we should wrap up the stream in a few minutes, I think is what I'm going to do. Give Revan Go Racer a name. I'm going to name Revan Go Racer Revan Go Racer. because that's their name. First name Revengo, last name Racer. Don't ask any questions. Let's see who's left at the altar. Doreen. All the people Mater tells stories about. Those are honestly some. I will include Mater's cousin Betsy. I have to, because Mater's cousins will probably be on the iceberg. Revengo, I know I did, but like this time it's been 20 minutes since then, so I'm probably gonna end it. Alright, see you, Rowan. Maybe we're all Mater's cousins. It's pretty deep. Okay. That is such a... I don't think I'd ever be asked that question. But you asked, will the DeLorean appear in Cars Adventures? There was... I can't believe I'm in a situation where I will now tell this story, because what are the odds? But there was an old Cars Adventures Christmas special where Cal was supposed to go through time using the DeLorean, which is an ornament that I have an ornament of the DeLorean that I've shown before that's in 1/55 scale. I filmed those episodes back in 2017 and never released them. Yeah, I'm going to do the NASCARs and sponsored by the Cars movies, definitely. Again, I'll be putting up a community tab post soon for you guys to leave some of your suggestions for the iceberg for things I should look into. Definitely going to start work on that soon. I'm going to have a lot of big video projects I'm working on soon. And especially that 5,000 subscriber special, which is going to be me like covering... I want to try to cover every car ever. Ooh. I don't have them anymore. I wish I did. But what I do have are several currently saved on a flash drive. Several old Cars Adventures episodes I made in 2017, right before Cars 3 came out, a few months before I started my channel. I did a series I called Cars New Adventures that I just filmed for fun. And I still have the whole first 10 episode season of those, where the main villain was the wide load crane, which is why he appears with the lemons in season 1 of Cars Adventures. But there we have it, guys. I think with that, I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you so much for watching Building Wolverine and his pointless mech. It's a pretty okay set. I don't really have an opinion on it. It's nice. It's pretty okay. Well, I'm Wolverine, bub. Canada. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. I don't use Luigi's Tower of Tires because it would just fall over too easily and too frequently. It's just kind of inconvenient.